Listen, most men think emotional connection is about grand gestures, constant attention, or being the perfect gentleman. They're wrong. There are 4 psychological triggers hardwired into human nature that create deep emotional addiction. And when you activate them correctly, she won't just like you. She'll feel magnetically pulled toward you in a way she can't quite explain, even to herself. I'm going to show you exactly what these 4 buttons are, how they work, and how to press them without being manipulative or fake. Because when you understand this, you stop trying to win her over and you start becoming them, and she can't imagine her life without. This isn't about tricks. This is about understanding female psychology at a level most men never reach. And by the end of this, you'll know exactly why some guys create obsession while others get forgotten. So, let's start with the first button. The one that separates Themen she texts back instantly from Theons she leaves on read. Button 1. Button number 1. The power of unpredictability. Unpredictability. Here's what most men do. They become completely predictable. Same texts, same energy, same availability every single day. Good morning texts at 8 a.m. How was your day at 6 p.m.? The routine becomes so familiar that her brain stops registering you as exciting. You become wallpaper, background noise in her life, but unpredictability that creates dopamine, the same chemical released when she's falling in love. When she can't quite predict your next move, her brain stays engaged. She starts paying attention. So, how do you become unpredictable? You vary your patterns. Some days you text first, other days you don't text at all. Sometimes you're available for hours, other times you're busy living your life. You're warm one moment, focused elsewhere the next, not cold, not playing games, just genuinely occupied with a life that doesn't revolve around her. You take her somewhere she's never been. You suggest activities she wouldn't expect. You have opinions that surprise her, interests that intrigue her, stories that make her lean in. When she thinks she's figured you out, you reveal another layer, and that constant element of surprise keeps her emotionally hooked, because her brain is wired to chase what it can't fully predict. Now let's move to the second button, the one that makes her feel something most men are too afraid to trigger. Button 2, emotional button number 2, emotional contrast. Game changer, contrast. Most men are terrified of creating any negative emotion, so they're always positive, always agreeable, always safe, and that creates zero emotional range, zero depth, zero addiction. Because here's the truth, emotional addiction isn't created by constant happiness. It's created by emotional range. The highs feel higher when there are lows. The connection feels deeper when there's tension. You need to create waves, not flat lines. This doesn't mean being toxic. It means being real. You challenge her when she's wrong. You disagree when you actually disagree. You create playful tension through teasing. You're not afraid to have a real conversation that creates friction. When you do this right, the emotional peaks you create together feel more intense because they're earned. The makeup feels sweeter because there was conflict. The closeness feels deeper because there was distance. Think about the relationship she's addicted to. Her best friends, her favorite shows, her most memorable experiences. They all have emotional contrast, drama, tension, resolution. That's what creates emotional investment. So, you give her the full range, warmth and challenge, affection and space, support and truth. You're not a yes man. You're a real man. And that emotional roller coaster is what makes her feel alive around you. What makes her addicted to the way you make her feel. But there's a third button that takes this even deeper. One that most men accidentally deactivate without realizing it. Button 3, earned validation. Here's where button number 3, earned validation strategy. Most men lose the game before it even starts. They give validation too freely. They compliment her constantly. They praise everything she does. They make her feel special without her doing anything to earn it. And when validation is free, it becomes worthless. But when validation is earned, when it's rare, when it's specific and genuine, that's when it becomes addictive. She'll chase it. She'll work for it. She'll crave it. Because humans value what's scarce, what's hard to get, what means something. So, here's how you use this correctly. You don't compliment her appearance like every other guy. You notice things other men miss. Her intelligence, her ambition, the way she handles a difficult situation, her creativity, her loyalty, and you only mention it when you genuinely feel it. You don't praise everything. You set standards. You have expectations, and when she meets them, you acknowledge it. But when she doesn't, you're honest, not mean, not judgmental, just real. This creates a dynamic where your opinion actually matters, where your approval means something, where earning your validation feels like winning. And here's the key. You validate her potential, not just her present. You see the best version of her. You call it out. You encourage it. And she becomes addicted to becoming that version of herself around you because you make her feel like she's capable of more, and that feeling is intoxicating. Before we hit the fourth button, do me one favor. Hit that like button if this is making sense, because what's coming next is the most powerful psychological trigger of all. Let's keep going. Button number 4, presence and absence mastery 4, presence and absence. This is the master button, the one that controls all the others. And most men get this completely backward. They think constant presence creates connection. It doesn't. It creates suffocation. What creates emotional addiction is the rhythm between presence and absence. When you're with her, you're fully present. No phone. No distraction, deep eye contact, active listening, genuine engagement. You make her feel like she's the only person in the world. That presence is so intense, so focused, so rare in today's world that it creates an emotional high she can't get anywhere else. But then you pull back, not crewy, not suddenly, just naturally. You have your own life, your own goals, your own friends, your own purpose. And when you're gone, she feels the void. The absence of that intense presence creates a hunger, a craving, a need to feel that connection again. This is how you become irreplaceable, because most men are either always absent or always present. Neither creates addiction. But when you master the dance between the two, you become the drug she can't quit. She misses you when you're gone. She feels alive when you're there, and that cycle repeats until you're woven into the fabric of her emotional life. Here's how you execute this. When you're together, be unforgettable. Create memories, go deep in conversation. Make her laugh, challenge her mind, touch her soul. Then when you leave, actually leave. Don't text her constantly. Don't check in every hour. Let her wonder what you're doing. Let her miss you. And when you come back better, more energized, more focused, with new stories, new experiences. Proof that your life is full and rich with or without her. That's what makes you addictive, because you're not needy. You're not dependent. You're the prize she has to earn access to. Putting it all together. So let's connect the dots. You're unpredictable, so her brain stays engaged. You create emotional contrast, so she feels alive around you. Your validation is earned, so she works to impress you. And you master presence and absence, so she craves your time when you activate all 4 of these buttons. You're not just another guy. You're the standard. The one she compares everyone else to. The one she can't stop thinking about. The one who occupies space in her mind even when you're nowhere near her. And here's the beautiful part. This isn't manipulation. This is you becoming the highest version of yourself. A man with standards, with purpose, with emotional depth, with a life so rich that her presence in it is a choice, not a need. So the question is, are you ready to stop being forgettable and start becoming unforgettable? If this hit home, drop a comment with the word buttons so I know you're ready to level up.